Welcome to the Obsessed or Not Interested podcast. I am your host, Mindy Wender-Querio, and I'm a small town go-to girl next door who is obsessed with helping others see more for themselves so they can thrive in all areas of life. I love researching all the things like wellness, mindset, relationships, you name it. If I'm obsessed with it, I get hyper-focused on it and I research the crap out of it, and then I share it with you. If those are things that you're also obsessed with, then keep listening and let's become new best friends. Long time no talk. I guess it's only been like 2 months, but still. I used to do regular podcasts like once a week, and then life got crazy for me. So now I'm like taking that pressure off during this season because we all go through these random seasons, right? And I'm in a season where I just need to take the pressure off with knowing that I have a commitment, like to have a podcast every single week. And not that anybody cares, but like when I commit to something, I'm an all or nothing type of person. So what I'm trying to do in 2025 is be like, okay, I'm going to do podcasts when something comes up or when, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to like have that pressure of doing weekly, and who knows, maybe it'll be more than once a week. Maybe it'll be once a month. I'm going to just do it as, inspiration strikes. So I am like recording it from my phone because I'm sitting down working, and I just had a talk with my team in my business, and I'm just so fired up from this talk. I was like, I'm actually going to share the talk that I just recorded. We have a private podcast for my team and for business and for people who take my digital courses and things of that nature. We have a private podcast, my best friend and I, my business partner and I, Tara Bilek. It's called Rise 31. But today I was like, this podcast really anybody could really relate to. And it's kind of just, it's something that I heard on another podcast, but I just am relating it to like business. But here's the thing, what I say, and you're going to hear me relate it a lot to like putting yourself out there in business and stuff like that. But I want you, when you listen to this, to apply this theory and this mindset and what I share, apply it to whatever makes sense for you, because it really can be applied to anything. So after I got done recording, I'm like, I'm going to post this right up on Obsessed or Not Interested. And I'm going to start doing this more often. When inspiration strikes, I'm going to grab my phone. I'm not going to go upstairs, get the video set up, get it all perfect and then get my mic set up. No, I mean, sometimes yes. But if I'm just like, I don't have time to do all that and I really want to say this, I'm just going to do it this way. Okay? Sound good? Okay. So I hope you like this episode today. And I would love to hear your feedback. So after you listen to this, if this was helpful at all, share it on your social media. But even better, write me a DM at Mindy Wender or at Obsessed or Not Interested. I was listening to a podcast today by Mel Robbins, and maybe some of you ran across the same podcast. So sorry if this is like repeating, but I'm going to take the information that I heard on this podcast and I'm going to relate it to like a business, running a business online, or just moving outside your comfort zone in any way to better yourself. Truly. That could be with fitness even. Like trying to say, hey, I'm going to start a new fitness routine, it's fitness program or new healthy lifestyle. And then you'll get pushback from certain people. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's what I'm going to talk about. This could be applied to many different things, but I'm gearing it towards business. So I'm reading the book called Let Them by Mel Robbins, and she was talking about this theory. So it's basically the theory, I was just telling my friend about this. I'm like, I'm going to tell you what the theory's about, but I just want to be clear. I'm on chapter 1. So as I continue to read this book, I'll do more podcasts for you guys, but just so we're aware, I'm on chapter 1. I'm no expert on the theory yet. So the theory is, or the mindset behind this is that so often we are just like, oh, this person's gossiping about me, or this person didn't do this that I think that they should. Like your expectations for this person was that they should do this. Or you get invited out to go to dinner and you don't feel like going, so you decline or you cancel. And then somebody's disappointed in that you canceled. I get that. I get both sides, because there's sometimes where I'm like, dude, what the heck? We had these plans and you're canceling on me. But then I'm also on the other side sometimes like, dude, I'm not coming. I'm staying home with my kids or whatever the thing is. So here's the thing though. What her theory is, which I'm trying to adopt in 2025, is let them be disappointed. Let them gossip about you behind your back. Let them do whatever that is. Because here's the thing, you cannot control anybody else but yourself. You cannot control what other people say, what other people do, the changes they make, what they say behind your back, the narrative they're trying to spread about you, if they're disappointed or not disappointed. And by the way, like she said this too, like if somebody cancels and your friends are disappointed and upset with you or whatever, she's like, isn't it a good thing that they're disappointed? That means they love you. That means they wanted you to come. That means they like you. That's a good thing, right? But it's not your job to be so worried about it or go because of them. And there is also some, we could get in really deep at this. There's things that, well, I feel guilty, so then I go anyway. And then guess what happens? There's resentment. So instead of, you have to say, let them. And if you do be like, well, I have guilt, don't do the thing because of that guilt. If you do have guilt and you sit with that and you think to yourself, okay, what are my values? What are my morals? What's important to me? And you stop and think about, you know what? Spending time with this person actually is something that I do value. I value this friendship, or I value, whatever, hanging out with my parents more. I value these things. And don't let the guilt be like, oh, well, my parents say I never hang out with them, so I have to go do this. I have to go do that. Don't be like that, because then there's resentment. Instead, if you do feel guilt or whatever, sit with that for a second. Check your own values and morals and say, okay, why am I feeling this guilt? Okay, because I don't spend enough time with my parents, or I don't go and hang out with my friends enough and they're upset with me. Okay, let that sit with that and just say, you know what, is that important to me? And if it is important to you, say, okay, I'm going to do better and I'm going to make more time for this person. So then it's you making that decision for you instead of trying to make that decision with resentment because you have to. Does that make sense? Okay. So the other part of this is she says there's just a couple things that we control. And you guys know this. You can control how you feel, like your emotions. You can control your emotions, how they go up or down. You control that. You control your own actions, and you control your own thoughts and your mindset. That's what you can control. So if it's not one of those three freaking things, that means it goes into the category or the bucket of things you can't control. And that's when you say, let them. Let them do whatever they're going to do, because they're going to do it anyway. So you venting to a friend all the time about what this other person does, or worrying about what other people think of you. And we are wired to worry about what other people think of us. But once we can wrap our head around this theory and think, okay, yes, I care about what other people think about me, but we can release that power that other people have on us and say, let them. It's like it's very empowering when you can wrap your head around this. Because once you say, okay, I'm so worried about this people think, what is she going to say? What does that person think? What's the narrative going to be? Once you're just like, okay, wait, I can't control that narrative. So let them. You're releasing you're telling yourself, I don't have control anyway. I can't change that circumstance. I can't change that person. And you're taking your power back, and you're like releasing all of that worry, all that need for control, all of the crap that you can't control, right? You're releasing it and saying, let them. It's very, very empowering. So relating this to business now, I hear this all the frickin' time. There's people that will not join me. They have wanted to. I mean, I've been in this industry for 15 years. There's people that have not joined me now currently in the new business that I'm in, or not in the old business I was in. Okay. They've people that wanted it for years and years, would not do it because they were so worried about what other people would think about them. They were so scared to put themselves out there. They were so scared. They had this fear of looking stupid and putting themselves out there. And that could be like posting a picture, a picture in your bikini because you've been working really hard on in the gym and you want to share that. And you're like, wait, well, is this going to be taken the wrong way? Is somebody going to say this? Is this person going to talk behind my back? We do that. Should I put a filter on it? What if they think I look this way? But like, let them think that freaking crap. So this was something that I did 15 years ago, and it literally changed my life because I was so worried that people were going to make fun of me for starting my own business because what does she know? She has no business background. What is she? She's joining a wellness fitness thing. Well, she doesn't look like somebody that would be in fitness. I don't see her at her goal weight. She's never had a huge transformation. Like, we all worry about what other people are going to think about us. And it holds us back from amazing things in life. So if we can wrap our heads around and adopt this theory and this mindset of let them, maybe we will post the stuff promoting our business a little bit more without worrying about what other people think. Maybe we'll put ourselves out there more. Maybe we'll get on our stories more and go on video more and say, you know what, this is me, this is who and it allows you to really take ownership. Like, this is me, this is who I am, I'm showing up and I want to share that with the world. And also, you need to start thinking of social media as a marketing channel for your business. So when you wake up every day, it's not, oh, I'm going to scroll Instagram. Oh, I'm going to scroll Facebook. Oh, I'm going to check Snapchat. How about we say, okay, put my business hat on. I'm going to open up my marketing channels for my business. And that doesn't mean it's all sales, and buy my stuff, and click here, click there. That's not what I'm saying. You want to show up as you want to add value, you want to share your personality behind the scenes. And that doesn't mean that you have to show your kids, and that doesn't mean you have to show your personal life. Behind the scenes for you could just be like, hey, this is my skincare routine, this is my supplement routine. And without ever saying buy my stuff, it's sharing things. Or like, my sister Jackie homeschools her kids. That could be like behind the scenes of homeschooling. Without showing the kids, she could share how she preps the day for her. This is how she stays organized. This is like how she files the papers away. This is how she sets up her week in advance. That type of stuff. Share value, add value. That's what I'm saying behind the scenes. But you need to think of social media as marketing channels, and you need to start putting yourself out there and stop yourself when you start to think, oh, I don't know if I can post this. I feel dumb. What is this person and that person going to think when I tell them that I started my own business? What are they going to think when I start promoting these supplements that I really like? What are they going to think when I start saying that I'm working out? They're going to be like, oh, again, she's starting a thing again. Let's see where this goes. Yeah, let's show them where it's going to go. Do you know how many people 15 years ago had no faith in me and didn't believe that I was going to continue on? They're probably like, okay, this is what she's doing this month. We'll see. I mean, I do have ADHD. I can't really blame them. Especially my family. They're like, okay. But the thing is, it's up to you to be committed to something and to go all in on something and to adopt this theory, let them. And then the second part of it is let me, but I won't go into that. Again, I'm on chapter 1. I haven't got there yet. So let's pump the brakes before I keep talking about this. I just thought this was a really good message to deliver to you guys today because I've been where you're at. I've stopped posting a picture on Instagram recently, by the way. I'm telling you recently because I was scared what other people were going to think. We all struggle with this. But when I heard that, I felt so empowered. I was like, I have to share this with my people. I have to share this with everybody who will listen. I think this is what I do. You guys know, I say this all the time. Tara calls me a bully. I'm a bully, but I've gotten, I think, 4 of my friends reading this book now too. I can't help myself. When I'm into something, I need to tell everybody and bully you until you read the book. So read the book so I don't have to bully you. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that tomorrow or whenever you listen to it, maybe you're listening to this in the morning. So the rest of the day, start looking at your social media as a marketing channel and stop letting other people determine your future. Okay? Let that sink in. Think of me 15 years ago, broke in an 800 square foot home as a new mom working 50 hours a week. missing out on the things that were really important to me, missing lane crawling for the first time, missing those things, right? And if I would have let these people that I was worried about what they were going to say and what they were going to think, and some people did talk shit, by the way. Sorry to swear if you have kids in the car, that just slipped out. But some people did talk some smack, and I had to have a thick skin because those people do not pay my bills. Those people that you're worried about do not pay your bills. Those people do not allow you to pay off your debt. Those people do not allow you to take your family on a vacation. Those people do not give you more time and freedom to spend the way you frickin' want with your loved ones or by yourself, whatever floats your boat. Those people don't do that. You control that, and you need to say, let them and let me. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that and it's not going to happen overnight. Read the book. Continue to write it down every single day. I wrote it in my hyper-focus journal this morning in my journaling page. I wrote, let them, and I plan to write it every single day until it sticks and it's a habit. It's just like second nature in my brain. Let them, let them, let them. I'm not letting other people control me, and I'm not going to try to control other people. End of story. Time out real quick. I want to talk to you about the hyper-focus journal. This is a journal that I've been gushing about on my podcast over and over and over. So something that I used to struggle with anytime I wanted to start something, whether it be a new workout program, a new business, whatever the thing is, I would always be waiting to feel motivated to start. When the reality is, what I've learned is that action creates motivation. So all you need to do is literally take the first step. And the first step could be getting the hyper-focus journal and just starting. Slowly but surely creating that morning routine. You guys already know this about me, but I went from being broke, shy, insecure, on state assistance, working 50 hours a week away from my son, and just being completely stressed and overwhelmed in my life. And how I turned that all around was by changing my daily habits. And that is what you're going to get with the hyper-focus journal. There's no BS. There's no fluff. It's not going to take you a week or two to try to read the directions and figure out how to use the dang thing. It's very straightforward, to the point, and it gets the job done. This is the planner that you're actually going to use. With the hyper-focus journal, it's going to help you in so many ways. It's going to help you gain confidence, change your mindset, have peace and calmness, stop feeling so scattered daily, feel more accomplished, and get focused. Okay, let's just get to the point. What is this journal inside? So you're going to get my full goal setting system. It's a 5-step process. I'm telling you, the most basic step-by-step guide on goal setting that you've ever seen. And then you go into the daily pages, and on the daily pages, it's going to prompt you to do affirmations, gratitude. I'm going to teach you how to create and pick your hyper-focus goals, and then you'll create a hyper-focus to-do list and then just a regular to-do list every single day. It's going to keep you accountable. It's going to build those daily habits, and you're going to be able to 10x your goals. That is why I love the hyper-focus journal. I made this for myself, and if you're like me, I created it for you too. So just head over to hyperfocusmentor.com and use the code OBSESSED at checkout to get free shipping off your order. Again, that's hyperfocusmentor.com and use the code OBSESSED for free shipping on your journal, and you can order yours today. Seriously, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Obsessed or Not Interested podcast. I love connecting with you on social media. So if you guys want, please shoot me a DM at either our podcast Instagram, which is at Obsessed or Not Interested, or even my personal Instagram, which is at Mindy Wender. I check them both, so either is fine. Oh, and truly, if this has helped you even 1%, if you could do me a huge solid and leave me a rating and review, that would mean the world to me. When you guys do that, here's why I really love it. It's because it helps the podcast be able to reach more women who want and need this. So truly, that is the best compliment you could ever give me, is just leaving ratings and reviews for this podcast. Anything that I talked about in today's episode, any links or resources, you will find that in the show notes. Thank you for listening to today. Can't wait to chat more in the DMs, and don't forget to tune in next Tuesday.